US-China relations are souring for the past 2 years as trade frictions and technological competition between the nations have been escalating. The White House moves against the TikTok and WeChat, and tough sanctions on tech giant Huawei show the struggle for tech dominance between the two economic giants under the guise of national security. The economic relationship has been roiled by an unprecedented campaign by the Trump administration that has included tariffs, threat of bans, and economic sanctions on Chinese tech firms.
We have some very big news on TikTok. TikTok is moving along. It'll be a brand new company. It will have nothing to do with any outside land, any outside country. It will have nothing to do with China.
Was a global tech war inevitable? In an election year in the US, when Trump's handling of the coronavirus is a top issue, rhetoric against China found a new energy. Trump repeatedly blamed China, and the tech war was, among other things, a spillover of the escalating US-China tensions. We are on the cusp of the fourth industrial revolution that will change the way human civilization functions. And history is a witness that the country that has been a pioneer in leading an industrial revolution turned out to be the superpower of that era, dominating global politics and calling the shots. And this time, it seems there won't be an exception either. The digital technology revolution will alter not only human lives or the pattern of industrial activities, but create a new world order. And therefore, it's hardly a surprise that the world's two superpowers are locked in a bitter struggle over supremacy. Washington and Beijing are at the forefront of this battle. Others, though, are being sucked into as they're forced to join one or the other. Who fired the first shot? It all started with a highly popular social media app, TikTok, which is owned by a Chinese company, BEIJING, at the center of the storm. But ironically, instead of the US, the first blow to TikTok or any other Chinese apps came from an unlikely quarter, India. It was the Modi government that banned TikTok among several other apps after a violent border clash along the LAC in eastern Ladakh. Soon after India's ban, the US followed suit and announced that it was considering banning the app as it poses a threat to its national security. Chinese apps, a snooping tool for Beijing? India claimed that it fears these apps are collecting users' data and safekeeping them in mainland China, where the servers of these apps are stationed. China's national intelligence law requires organizations and citizens to support, assist, and cooperate with the state intelligence work. And the suspicion wasn't misplaced at all. In an investigation by the Indian Express, it was revealed how a Shenzhen-based infotech firm, Genoa Data, with links to Chinese government and the military, is monitoring over 2.5 million people across the globe, from heads of states to eminent personalities to business tycoons and even protesters. Out of 2.5 million, at least 10,000 individuals are Indians. The made-in-China cell phones come with inbuilt apps which collect data or worse, snoop on a person's private conversation. How the tech war between China and US began. This war had its genesis in the US accusing China of stealing key intellectual property rights to build up its own tech empire. The tech giants in China first shifted the production of computers and then the microchips, electronic hardware for cell phones, robotics, wireless equipment, and ultimately the servers, and even to the extent that research that went into developing these cutting-edge technologies. The low production costs and scant regard to labor laws has ensured that the cost of production remains abysmally low, driving out other nations which could have posed a challenge. The role of 5G in shaping the new economy. 5G tech will be playing a major role more broadly with its usage in the manufacturing sector as well as driving AI-led automation. Industrial processes and management of the cities are expected to transform with drones and widespread real-time distributed monitoring systems. These technological advancements will also change the way people are working from home, with the 5G revolution only going to make it easier. From easy accessibility to high-speed bandwidth, 5G will transform the way you go to the office. But all is not hunky-dory when it comes to enjoying a high-capacity and high-speed network. Huawei's 5G equipment, China's most potent weapon? It is important to note that Huawei is not the only company providing 5G infrastructure, but it does have a major deal in the total telecom equipment market share. It promises to deliver super fast broadband, and countries prefer Huawei because it is 30% cheaper than its rivals. Established in 1987, it provides a smooth working network but also controls the levers of this new age economy. It can get data of almost every kind that you carry out on your phones, transaction, the service you use, just about everything. And these concerns have been voiced by the US, UK and Australia, shunning Huawei from the race of 5G providers. The Trump administration forbade US companies to source equipment from Huawei. Washington also prevailed upon London to completely remove Huawei's 5G kits from the UK's networks by the end of 2027. India is also not keen on Huawei's equipment, and state telecom providers have been asked not to use Huawei's equipment. China's tit for tat? China retaliated by releasing an unreliable entities list without mentioning any specific foreign entities. This new system will implement sanctions on entities whose actions can harm China's national security and development interest, or violate internationally accepted economic and trade rules. Tech war, a win-win situation possible? At a time when the world is yet to figure out mode and means to come out of the COVID-19 pandemic and pump prime the economic growth which has seen a downward spiral, a tech war is the last thing that anyone wants. But given an expansionist mindset of the Middle Kingdom unless a middle ground is agreed upon, such a conflict is inevitable. There's a chance that the world could see an end of free trade with trade barriers and countries increasingly becoming protectionists. But what's guaranteed is that whosoever wins this war will be the next superpower in time to come.